Hi everyone, this is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Vintage Wave Captain America figure. So before we take a look at Captain America, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with an alternate hand here, and this is actually just the repainted shield throwing hand from the Secret War Captain America. As you can see right here, it's just darker colors on the old one. And there's actually a little bit of shimmer to the new one. So that's pretty cool. And of course, he comes with his shield, which looks pretty good. It's actually a lighter color than the Red Skull Wave one, because this Captain America has a lot darker colors, like a darker blue and a dark red, almost maroon color. I do think this one's more accurate, like paint-wise, especially with the shield, because that's very dark. Let's go ahead and put that on. But before I say that, or before I do that, this is crooked right here. The hinge where you either plug it onto his wrist or into the effector on his back. There's a line right there like it's bending, like it's going to break. So that definitely scares me when I'm trying to put this on his back or in this effect piece right here, because you kind of have to wiggle it in there. So if you do choose to put the shield and the effect on his hand, then I would recommend just leaving it there, because it looks like it's going to break, because it plugs in very tightly. And you can see that there's that white line right there where it's starting to wear down. So yeah, that bothers me. And that's actually one of quite a few complaints that I have about this figure. And I will get into those in just a second. So let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt here. So for the head sculpt, I think it looks pretty good. I think it's exactly the same, just painted a little differently as the Red Skull Wave Captain America. Except this one has a lot more blemishes. Like, there's blue paint showing through on his skin. These wings are painted very skimpily, like it looks like the paint just skimmed over. There's blue showing through right there. There's a lot of white that just bled onto the blue there. That's not so bad, but you get some of the skin color that bled over onto the mask. So that was disappointing. And he has the scales on his suit. This is the classic Captain America look with the scales here, although they are just painted on. And I think they're painted on pretty nicely. But if you move the shoulders out like that, it does chew it up and kind of... Where was it? Right there. It chewed that paint off right there. So if you move the shoulders out, the scales will start to get chewed off, because that is a very tight fitting joint right there. And there are his arms. And you can see some of the blue right there, because it was cast in blue and just the white was painted over. And there's quite a few defects here with the... Is it on this one? No, I think it's on the other hand, the left hand. Where the colors just don't add up. Like, it's dark in places, like... It's actually dark in places right here. Like, it's really dark right here, and then light right here. You can see the difference in it right there. Over here you get, yeah, this is his left arm, where you get some blue shining through right there. You get some red bled onto the white. Let me just turn it around here. You get some more blue showing. So, like, this is the only one I found. I actually bought it at my local toy store. I didn't actually get it like Walmart or Toys R Us or anything. So, I don't know if they're all like this, but there is a lot of blue showing right there. And yeah, let me just swivel that back around there. So yeah, that isn't painted too greatly. And the stripes on his torso right there, that's just pink, because the red started to mix with the white right there. You get blue showing through right there. And the back, it's actually painted pretty good. But what you'll actually be seeing, the front right here has some paint defects. That's the one thing that I really do not like about this figure, is there's a lot of paint defects with it, like quality control issues right there. It may seem minor, but they're, I don't feel like I should have to pay $20 for this, this figure. I actually traded for it, but I'm saying I wouldn't have seen paying $20 for this when it has so many defects, and the first version is a lot better. And it's painted very cleanly, nothing showing through or anything. This one looks like it was just painted like really fast, like they just rushed it through production to get it out by the time they needed to. And I really don't like that. And then there are the bottom of his boots. And they're actually the right color because they're just cast in that red color. There's nothing painted over them. I think that these should have been cast in white instead of blue painted over them. These should have been cast in white and blue painted over them, because there's just a little bit of blue right there. But instead, they cast this all in blue and then painted the red over it and then the white over it. So that's why it's bleeding through right there. And I think the belt came out nicely, but there's a little scratch right there on the star that's showing through. So I don't know. Like I said, I just don't feel like this should be the $20 figure, especially when there's a lot of paint scuffs and scratches and stuff, and this is a brand new thing. Like, I haven't even really played with it that much. I haven't posed it around for pictures or anything like that because of this. I didn't want to move the shoulders and chew up more of the paint right there. I wanted to wait until I did this review to show that, because I'm sure a lot more of the paint will scuff off while I am posing it around. So for the articulation part here, let's take this off here, or try to. That's a tight fit. And another reason that I think it's trying to break right there is because it's very tight trying to flip that right there. So that is very disappointing, like I said. I really wanted to like this figure because this is how he looked in his classic look. That the Red Skull Wave's kind of like the 2010s look for Captain America. Like the Return of Captain America. This is how he looked in the Return of Captain America. This is kind of his later look. And this is actually a true classic look. I mean, minus he should have had some sculpted scales, but painting him on looks pretty nice. So I really wanted to like this. So now let's go over the articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way. It can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side. And also looking at the side there, you see some of the A bled into the space right there. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can only move out this far because the joints are very tight right there, and it starts to chew the paint off if you move it any further. He's got swivel at the bicep. Swivel at the bicep that will hardly move, like it won't move much. He's got double-jointed elbow. Swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. He's got an ab crunch that can move back all the way. It can crunch down all the way. He's got swivel at the waist. He's got ball jointed hips that can move out that far. He can kick forward all the way and back. He's got swivel at the thigh that is very tough to move. It's stuck too. He's got double jointed knee, swivel at the boot, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So now let's do some size comparisons. Now let's put this back on now that I'm done with the articulation. As you can see right there, it's plastic starting to wear thin too, like it's going to break right there. So that's disappointing because it feels like the previous version was made a lot better than this one, even though it's the same thing, just repainted, because that's what most of the Vintage Wave is, just repainted figures. So here he is next to the Red Skull Wave version. And even though I love his classic look, I'm going to have to say this one's my favorite. Like, if I had to buy one, I would just buy this one, because it is way better than the Vintage Wave one. And then here he is next to the Secret War Captain America. I think that's what the storyline was called, Secret War. This is just a concept Captain America. It was never actually seen in the comics. But a cool figure regardless. And then here he is next to the only other figure from the Vintage Wave that I have reviewed. Punisher. I actually gave him Phantom X's guns. because I hated that missile launcher or bazooka or whatever that he came with. So there they are next to each other. So overall, I can't really say I'd recommend this figure. I mean, if I'd get it, maybe if you have a choice, look through all the ones of Captain America that your stores may have to get one with better paint apps. But mine was absolutely terrible. And that really bothers me because there's a lot of defects to it. So if you get it, try to look through the Captain Americas that your stores may have to get one with better paint apps. So like I said, might just be mine. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.